My name is Christian Nansen. I'm with Texas AgriLife in Lubbock. We presented some data this year on a sampling method that we have perfected that allows us to sample in the neighborhood of 350 to 400 leaf samples and process them within 48 hours and count all the nymphs that are on these leaf samples. As part of this analysis, we also sampled leaves from different portions of the potato canopy and found that the highest density of nymphs was found in the middle of the canopy. What that means is that if you are a scouting agent or a consultant or something looking for nymphs, you should definitely look in the middle part of the canopy. The idea with a fast and easy sampling method called the leaf washing method that we are using is that it potentially enables growers by themselves, hiring a person to do this for them. They can take many samples within pivots or at multiple pivots and find out which portions of the pivots that require psyllid control. And they can also do sampling before and after having applied insecticides and use that in conjunction with maybe collecting weather data or other data like the log from their spraying rigs. They can use that information to determine how effective that basically do a quality control of their sprays, and include what I would strongly recommend as well is to include use of water sensitive spray cards, which you put out immediately before you spray, so you have an idea of what kind of coverage you're getting. Because some of the other work we have published recently shows that a lot of the spray applications that are put out actually provide very, very poor coverage in the below 10%. So if you have a very large canopy and you only have 10% coverage, that means that you're offering your psyllids a lot of canopy that has no insecticide on it. And even though the insecticide may be repellent, it still means that insecticide potentially has to travel quite far within the canopy in order for it to be uniformly distributed. And if you have a large canopy, it means that the concentration of the active ingredient in the canopies can be potentially very low and not enough to kill your pests. And that may be those are some of the concerns we have, that a lot of the concerns we have about the performance of our insecticides applications has less to do with which insecticides you're using and much more to do with when you are applying it and how you're applying it. Do you use enough water? Do you use the right adjuvants? Do you mix it with fungicides or other insecticides that somehow compromise the performance of your insecticides? So it becomes a lot more a question of using potentially a sampling method to target, not spray your entire pivot, but spray portions of your pivot, and then use a very high dosage and spend enough time, go slow enough with your tractor in those portions of the pivot, not spray, not have to worry about the rest, and then also do follow up and try to understand what goes on by combining data collection with the leaf washing method with collection of weather data and water sensitive spray cards and other sources of information. And I think that's where we are now, is that we have a good idea of which insecticides work. Now we need to optimize their use, and that means that we have to probably, instead of spraying everything, we have to only spray the areas that we really think are under severe psyllid pressure, and then really do a good job on those.